Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures. We're back with another Wargames Atlantic release. Better late than never, right? And today we have the Dark Age Irish Warriors. And I find this fun because it does mention that there are 40 models in the box when you get to the nitty-gritty of it. It's actually 30 warriors and 10 wolves. Or you should say, you get 30 warriors with your 10 wolves, because who doesn't want to have plastic wolves, right? I don't know. So we have a very typical looking Dark Age warband inspired by Ku Lane. Fair enough. I'll be honest, I'm not super familiar with what the Irish were wearing or wielding at this time in history, but that's okay. Because you know what? I think they're going to make great, like it says, after Rome falls, post-Empire, just even during the Empire, nice looking barbarian slash ruffian slash tribesman slash whatever purpose you wish to have these guys for. The equipment that they're wielding, I think, is going to be really helpful for just your low level bad guy dudes. Because honestly, we're not going to use them for historicals. I'm sorry. I'm sure that they'd be great for historicals, but where's the fun in that? Let's take a look at the actual sprue here, because that's where the meat and potatoes are, right? So as was noted, you do have 5 of these sprues. You get 2 doggies on each sprue, and then let me see, how many warriors is that? 5 different warriors, plenty of heads. Is that a dude wearing a skull, or is that just a skull for like a standard or something? I'm not even sure. I'm gonna guarantee you somebody's gonna be wearing a skull head by the time I'm done with these anyways. I do like the fact that the spears are nice and thick. I'm too used to the old Wargames factory models where they're super thin and flimsy weapons, have a bad habit of breaking, and I really do appreciate Wargames Atlantic's models really have a nice thick stockiness to them. That, they're not heroically proportioned too much, but I feel like at least they are in the right areas. So I do appreciate we've got a little bit thicker weapons there. They're big dogs, too. Got some spears or javelins with a smaller shield. Lots of nice big shields. I gotta admit, after seeing some people's transfers for the various shields, I'm quite tempted to see if I can find some of those myself. Sling. Is that the only sling on there? War clubs. I guess so. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. You only get 1 sling. But then again, I'm really going to be curious to see how compatible these are with other various Dark Age or even just fantasy figures. I'll be honest, you know what? The first thing I'm going to do is probably go grab some Frostgrave bits and see what I can do. To me, a box of 40 of these guys versus North Star stuff, already I can see you've got a lot of potential possibilities for a warband here, and it's not like Ireland's the super warm, tropical place or anything like that. So they do look dressed appropriately, and we've got an extra cloak. I like that. So if you wanted to have nothing but dudes in cloaks, you totally could go that route. But yeah, I am eager to put these together and see just how they turn out. So I'm going to stop rambling at this point, but it does look like we get a lot of variety on the sprue. Yeah, I'm a little bit bummed that there's not a whole lot of ranged weaponry on here, but we do have a good variety of close combat stuff, and there are enough spears for everybody on here, so that's a plus as well. And we do have a hornblower, because what army doesn't have a musician, right? Okay, let's get some of these guys put together, and let's see what kind of strange concoctions we can dream up today with them. Alright, so we got a couple of our Irishmen all put together here. I didn't realize it at first, but none of them are wearing shoes. Not a single guy on the sprue. Don't believe me? Take a look. So that might be a problem if you're planning on using these guys in other game systems. I think they make great bandits and warriors, regardless of their lack of footwear. One thing that I was a little disappointed with is the fact that I don't think there were enough scabbards. Now, I ended up cutting off a couple of the actual blades at the hilt and then just gluing them on, and that worked out all right. And the slings. There's also no bow and arrows, but you know what? That's easily sourced. And there's plenty of javelins and spears. Lots of shields, and I mean a lot of shields. So if you need shields, you've got a lot in this kit that will make you happy. And we got these ovals, decorative ones, plain round ones, small studded ones. I think there's some more too. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I didn't use them all, I know that. The only other thing that I thought was a little bit odd was the fact that everybody has their left arm already glued on, which means you can't really do a whole lot in terms of, you know, positioning. Everybody's going to have that left hand down. I mean, obviously, I guess where you end up positioning their shield at least is going to give you a little bit more of a variety in poses. But they do make a nice little warband. And I gotta say, you do get plenty of guys, and I thought I glued that on better, but I guess not. Now, in case you aren't aware, and I don't think I mentioned it either, the Wargames Atlantic models do not come with bases. These are on 20mm bases that I got from Proxy Models, who make all kinds of various nice plastic bases in a variety of sizes here in the US. They are made locally homegrown, so if you ever are needing bases, do take a look there. I mean, I know it's easy to 3D print, but I like some honest-to-goodness plastic bases that I can glue stuff onto. Now, we would be amiss if we did not point out the doggies. They're good-sized dogs. This one, his integral base was a little bit too big, so I put him on an extra Frostgrave base, but I figure, you know what? They're probably going to be pulling double duty as it is, so once I get them all cut out, I only did one frame here so far, got myself a nice little hunting pack for Frostgrave as well as for, you know, nipping at the heels of the Irishman here. And then, where would we be if we didn't start playing around and goofing around and seeing what we can come up with? So, I started seeing, well, what could I do here with these? So I had a couple of extra, oh god, what were these guys called? The Devout? I don't know, the old crazy dudes for Empire. Not the flayed ones. Shoot, I don't even remember what they're called, but the guys that had the torches and the whips and chains and flagellants. That's what I'm thinking, yeah. So I had some extra flagellant arms. They look a little thick on him, but you know what? It's okay. He's just going to go bash his way through the countryside, I guess. I don't know what's up with this dude. I don't even know where half these parts come from. I know those are Frostgrave arms. Maybe that's a Frostgrave head? I don't know. That looks like a shield from an old Vampire Counts or Tomb Guard and... Not Tomb Guard. Grave Guard. And I have no clue where that quiver came from. I don't know what that's all about. We need to have a heroic here. I'm not even sure. That looks like a Persian head from Wargames Factory. I don't know. That's a Zinchian shield and a... Yeah. Okay. That might be from the flagellants as well. I don't know. Not flatulence. Flagellants. So yeah. Fun stuff. And as always, they are heavily convertible. My only concern is that their limbs are a little bit thinner and more true scale than stuff like Frostgrave. I did try bashing them around with some Frostgrave parts, but it didn't really work out as nicely as I had hoped. I think I showed this guy off before. He is made with a bunch of Wargames Atlantic parts. But yeah. All in all, I think you really do get a lot of bang for your buck here. My only issue, like I said, I feel like there's a lack of sheaths for the blades and the positioning of the left arm, because everybody's basically going to be holding a shield, most likely. Can't have dudes like brandishing two axes without a little bit of, you know, conversion, but that's not the end of the world. So hopefully we're going to see some opponents for these guys, because, you know, that's the next step, and then we'll really see what we can get out of these guys. And I do appreciate the fact that we do have a variety, a large variety of heads, and they are easily converted across other games and scales as well. So if you are like me and you wanted to see what can you come up with, I think you're going to get a lot of fun with these guys. So do take a look, and hopefully we will see even more Dark Age stuff coming from Wargames Atlantic in the near future. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.